What's going on, everybody? How you doing? And welcome, Lord PeteyTV here. We're here to talk to you about what the patch notes are looking like for November 27th for Fellowship. Now, today, well, I should say, 27th was Thanksgiving. Things have been a little busy. Haven't had really time to work on this stuff, but I want to make sure everyone is informed on what happened and what changed. So, really quickly, I'm going to go through a bunch of these informations. Not going to give direct information on the dungeons, but mostly the heroes. I'll try to do as much as I possibly can. But as for Eternal dungeon scaling, so Eternal enemy scaling has been significant, so has been reduced slightly. Eternal 5 enemy damage and health reduced by 0.5%. Eternal 10 damage and health reduced by 1.2%. Eternal 20s are reduced by 2%. Eternal 40s are reduced by 4.6%. And Eternal 70s have been reduced by 17%. Now, the heroes, Eleron, Heartseeker Barrage has had damage reduced. Multi-Shot, damage has been reduced. Starfall Volley has had damage reduced beyond 12 targets. Same thing with Multi-Shot. It was 15, now it's 12. Impending Heartseeker talent now increases the damage of each consecutive arrow of Heartseeker Barrage by 10%, was 15. Overall, that's a nerf. Then Mara, the Feed the Queen talent now increases the damage of your next Queen's Fang by 9% per stack, was 10%, and can stack up to 5 times, was originally 6. This should bring Mara down to in line with all the other heroes, just like Eleron. Toric, or Torik, whichever you prefer. The damage from Hammerstorm has been increased. The Square Hammer talent has had its damage increased the damage by 20% per stack, was 16, and now that has been correct. The buff for Triggered by Schism talent is now shown on the Important Hero buff bar, which is good. Due to the performance issues, I guess you call it Nuumph, now heals no more than 10, well, I should say 1 second, and accumulates the same amount of damage as before. Rhyme, they buffed the 5% for Ice Comet, Bursting Ice, damage from Coalescing Frost has been increased by 10%. And Truna Guard now heals same thing, 1%. Miko, the damage from Storm Shield has been increased by 5%. Lashing Storm Kick now deals reduced damage beyond 8 targets, was 5. So that's good for this. Artios has Searing Blaze buffed. Fireball has been buffed. Vigor damage has been increased by all 3 of them. The armor sets, Heart of Tarazi 2-set bonus, Dark Prophecy no longer scales the proc per minute and with haste. So that's a change. There's a bunch of weapon traits changes. Sapphire, Ore Stone, Diamond Strike, 2 different ways. What's it called? Emerald Judgment, Kindling, Ground Spirit, Steward Readiness, Expertise from Patient Soul. Those are all the weapon talents that, once you see your higher level stuff, you'll be getting. Curses, the damage dealt by Binding Ice has now been reduced by 50%, which is good. Enemies now take double damage from Binding Ice, which is good. Enemies are now slowed for 2 seconds when taking damage from Binding Ice. That makes it actually a lot more important. And then just a couple of dungeons. There's been some nerfs for health in Cithral Falls. A Heart of Tarazi, there has been some increases and decreases in some health in there. Wrathtide Vault, there has been a damage reduction on a handful of those different guys. Ransack, there's been reductions in most of the health and a bunch of the people there. Godfall, the Godfall Warden totems have increased. Looks like everything has task killer's kill score has been increased. Kill score has been increased for a bunch of other things there. Everdawn Grove, Outrunner's Bola ability has been reduced, thankfully. Health has been reduced on the boss also. Market, reduce on the bola throw. Health reduced on the boss. Slave traders also had his health reduced. Silk and Hollow, Rodheart Recluse's health was not adjusted in the global tuning patch this pass around, so probably next one. Health has been reduced on the last boss. Sailor's Abyss, there's been reductions in a bunch of the different healths, especially the last boss. Wormheart, same thing. Frozen Regiment has had its health reduced by 20%. Last boss, 4%. Stormwatch, last boss, 5%. Emerald Sands, the last boss, or I should say, Sin Miger's health has been reduced by 9%. And the Sandworm's Husk has been reduced for 15%. So there's been a bunch of changes there, positives and negatives, but you got to make sure you go and check those out. There's been a lot of stuff happening. So I think it's pretty good. So we'll see how things are this week when we get into it, because we will be probably playing with a little bit of WoW and a little bit of Fellowship this week, just to kind of get things going. And I'm also planning on playing some other fun stuff. So thanks again, everybody. Dream big, keep gaming. Enjoy your week. Thank you. Bye, everybody.